It's me, your friendly neighborhood Bumpy. I mean Spider-Man. And on day 1, I was just finishing up some community service when I got a call from my friend Iron Man.
Hey, Bumpy. Sorry, Spider-Man. You busy? I could sure use a little help downtown.
Busy? No, not busy. Just finishing up a little workout. I'll be down there in a bit. See ya. Sweet, Iron Man needed my help. This was gonna be my chance to really show off. Better finish up quick here. Sorry, Goblin, this story is just getting started. I wrapped up Goblin like a Christmas present and left him for the authorities. On my way, Iron Man. Be there in a jiffy. I swung my way over as fast as I could, and when I got there, I could see he was fighting some kind of big purple guy.
You cannot defeat me. I am Thanos, and I am inevitable.
The only thing that's inevitable is you getting your butt kicked now that I'm here.
Thanks. Now give me a hand with this one, will ya?
I could see right away why Iron Man was having so much trouble with this guy. He was way tougher than any of the normal guys I went up against, and he had some kind of weird gauntlet that definitely had something special about it. Hey, this guy doesn't look like he's going to go quietly.
Oh yeah? What gives you that impression?
I don't know. I think it was the whole "I am inevitable" thing. Whoa, look out! Iron Man went down hard, and I swung over to my friend. Hey, you're gonna be okay.
Sorry, kid. I think this might be the end of the road for me. I need you to do one last thing for me, though.
Anything.
Don't let that guy win. Remember what you told me. With great power
comes great responsibility.
Yeah, and you're responsible for kicking that guy's butt. See you on the other side, kid.
Mr. Stark? Mr. Stark! Iron Man was gone, but I had a job to do. You're going to pay for that!
You are insignificant.
I charged right at the purple guy, ready to get revenge for my friend. But right as I did, some sort of energy field appeared, and he disappeared into it. You coward! I'm gonna find you wherever you are! On day 2, I knew I needed some advice, so I went to go speak to my good friend Steven, or Dr. Strange as he was known to most people who didn't know him as well as I did. Hey buddy, it's your old friend Spider-Man, just coming for a chat. I walked through the rows of books, not stuff you'd find in the public library, that's for sure. Then I saw Steven, but he looked like he was meditating? Hey, I hope I'm not interrupting.
Actually, you are. I'm battling an intergalactic planet-destroying entity with my mind right now.
Cool. So, Iron Man is dead.
So call a funeral director. I'm busy.
Yeah, but the thing is, the guy who killed him calls himself Thanos. Yeah, pretty sure he wants to destroy all of existence or something.
You probably should have led with that.
Good point. Anyways, think you can help?
I'm aware of this, Thanos. He's searching for a collection of powerful stones. You need to find them first.
And what about Iron Man?
I'll think of something. Now go, unless you want Earth to become this monster's next late-night snack.
Dr. Strange told me I could find the first one of these special stones. Eternity stones? Something like that. Anyways, he said that there was one in a cave outside of town. Only when I got there, it looked like S.H.I.E.L.D. was there first. Apparently, they were all napping. This didn't bode well. Who were these guys? Whoever they were, I bet we were all after the same thing. I swung deeper into the cave, and there were more of those agents lying everywhere, and a few strange people all dressed in black. Looks like there's something up ahead. My spidey senses are all a-tingle. Something tells me these weren't the good guys. Call it a hunch. I better do something and quick. Time for a good old distraction. Oh, hey guys. Is this the Villains Anonymous meeting? Sorry I'm late. Hi, my name is Spider-Man and I'm a villain. Whoa! I leapt and swung over top of them, landing on the other side. Who ordered the web salad? I fired my webs and wrapped each one up tight like little sleeping babies. Night-night, everyone. Whoa, what is that thing? Whatever it was, this was definitely the thing Dr. Strange told me about. Suddenly, a bunch of those S.H.I.E.L.D. guys came into the room. Luckily, they knew who I was. They said that Fury told them to secure the cube, and I wasn't gonna mess around with that guy. Anyways, the agents seem to have this all taken care of. I guess I should probably just stay out of their way. They could have at least said thanks, though. Sheesh, so ungrateful. On days 4 through 7, I was just hanging out, waiting to hear back from Dr. Strange about the next endless rock or whatever, when I heard the sounds of a commotion below. Someone was getting mugged. Looks like a job for your friendly neighborhood. You know the drill by now. I dropped down on them from above, and you should have seen the looks on their faces when I appeared. I lived for moments like these. You guys should really start thinking about getting a real job, maybe as mops, because I'm about to wipe the floor with you. These guys were kind of chumps compared to the usual thugs I dealt with, but it was pretty satisfying taking them all down after the events of the last few days. Maybe I was taking my revenge on them, just a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with being a janitor. Once I finished all those guys off, I graciously accepted the thanks of the person they had attacked. Hey, don't worry about it. Everybody gets one. On day 8, I finally got another message from Dr. Strange. He was talking in my mind, but that really wasn't the strangest thing about him. Pun fully intended.
I'm sensing a disturbance in the aura surrounding the stones. I think I know where to find another one, but we may not be the only ones looking for it.
What else is new? Tell me where to find it.
You wouldn't understand even if I told you.
Well, that's a bit rude.
I'm going to teleport you there now. Watch out. You may not be alone.
I think I'll be fine. I'm Spider-Man after all.
There may be some temporal disturbances. Good luck.
On day something, I was teleported into some weird ruins by Dr. Strange's magic, and he was right. I definitely wasn't alone. Oh, hey there, everyone. I'm just gonna sneak by you guys and grab that stone there, if that's okay. Oh, don't mind me. Whoa! There sure were a lot of these guys, but they weren't very coordinated. It was almost like they were possessed or something. There were a few close calls, but with a few nifty moves on my part, I was able to wrap all of them up in no time flat. You guys messed with the wrong superhero. With that all taken care of, now I can get the stone and get out of here. Wait, what's that sound? Whoa, what has this guy been eating? I got the impression he wasn't here to help, considering the green glowing eyes and all. The big guy picked up an even bigger chunk of rock and threw it towards me. Luckily, I managed to dodge out of the way, but before I knew, he was charging right at me and hit me with a punch that sent me flying. Oh, that thing sure knocked the wind out of me. But if I wasn't quick, it was gonna turn me into a pasty little splotch on the floor. I needed to do something about this chunky dude, though. That's it, I'll give him a taste of his own medicine. Hey, buddy, let's play catch. As the big one hurled another rock at me, I waited until the very last moment, then snatched it up with my web, spun it around, and sent it smashing right back into him. Bet he wasn't expecting that move. I thought for a moment that he was gonna keep going, but I guess that hit must have got him good, because he went out like a light. Nighty-night, big guy. All right, now it was time to get that stone. I reached through the energy field surrounding it, which for some reason just felt like a tingle, and grabbed the stone. Ha! Success! Better find a good place to hide this one. Hey, Dr. Strange, I got the stone. Think I could get a lift out of here?
Good. Maybe you're not quite as incompetent as you sometimes appear.
Thanks, I guess?
Teleporting you now. Prepare for more temporal dilation.
On day whatever it was, Dr. Strange brought me back to the Sanctimonious Santorum. I'd say he looked happy to see me, but I'd be lying if I did.
So you retrieved the stone. Good. I'll watch over it for now.
Suddenly, the stone was floating out of my pocket and over towards the doctor. What a show-off! So, what's next then?
I'm still trying to locate the other stones. However, the one that S.H.I.E.L.D. has may be in danger. Whoever it was possessing the people who attacked you is still searching for it.
Who?
I'm not sure, but I do have some ideas. You need to help them protect the stones, at least until we can figure out who's behind this.
Sounds good. Think I could get another teleport? On what I was pretty sure was day 15, I was teleported aboard what I could only assume was a S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier. I didn't want anyone to know I was here, at least not yet. Luckily, I had a knack for avoiding people, in large part thanks to all the bullies in high school. Yay for me. As I explored the carrier, I didn't see any signs of trouble, so I looked around for somewhere I wouldn't be found and settled in to wait. On days 16 through 18, I spent most of my time lurking in the vents and hiding away from the rest of the crew. Nobody even knew I was here, but I was having a lot of fun messing with the agents aboard the carrier. As I made my way back to my hiding place, I started to wonder why I hadn't heard from Dr. Strange in a while. I trusted his instincts, but everything on the ship seemed fine. Maybe he had it wrong this time? On day 19, I was keeping an eye on that blue cube thing. I think it was called a tesseract? Anyways, I'm pretty sure the stone was inside that, so I was making sure it was all well and good when I saw something suspicious. A group of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents entered the room, but they all had a familiar green glow in their eyes. They were imposters. Before I had time to call out, the imposters started attacking the S.H.I.E.L.D. guys. I needed to get in there and help. Don't worry, guys. Spider-Man is here to save the day. I leapt right into the fray and started webbing up anyone with a pair of green orbs. There were almost too many of them, them, and the SHIELD agents were getting their butts kicked. Luckily, I was able to handle most of the heavy lifting, but even I needed to watch out. These guys weren't really a match for me, though. I just hoped there weren't any more of those big ones. I spoke too soon. Oh, come on! 2 of them? Looks like I was really gonna have to show off my skills with these ones. I dodged all around the room as they charged it, and I was a lot quicker than they were. Luckily, they didn't have any big rocks to throw, but that wasn't going to stop them. One of them picked up one of their own guys and hurled him at me. Hey, I think that's an illegal move. Definitely a technical foul. I was starting to run out of web fluid, and I knew that I needed to deal with these guys quickly before they popped me like a balloon. So I threw everything I had at them to take them down. You know what they say, though? The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Sorry, guys. Show's over for you. I think that's a wrap.
Oh no, I'm afraid this show is just getting started.
Great! Now I gotta deal with a cosplayer?
Cosplayer? I am Loki of Asgard, a literal god.
God of poor taste, maybe.
What did you say?
I said eat web. I swear that's never happened before. Without my webs, this was going to get really tricky. Not to mention this Loki guy was fast. Almost as fast as me. Are you sure we can't come to some sort of gentleman's agreement?
That would mean I'd consider you an equal, which clearly you are not.
I tried to dodge his next attack, but suddenly he disappeared. Then I heard something behind me, and my spidey sense went through the roof.
Too slow this time.
He was too fast, and his hit completely knocked the wind out of me.
Don't worry, I'm not going to kill you. You're far too pathetic for that. I will be taking this, though.
Don't you dare! Before I knew it, he was gone, and so was the Tesseract, which meant the stone was gone too. Doctor Strange wasn't going to be very happy with me.
I'm absolutely furious!
Okay, so he was a little angrier than I thought, but what was he expecting? He didn't tell me I'd be going up against a literal god.
That's no excuse. You were supposed to guard the stone. Now it's in the enemy's hands.
Well, maybe next time you can just do it yourself.
Do you want to take over protecting the universe from galaxy-destroying cosmic entities? Because I will happily trade places.
On second thought...
I thought so. Like it or not, I'm stuck with you.
So, we're friends again? Can I call you Steven?
No, you cannot. Now stop disturbing me. I'll call you when you need it again.
Over the next few days, I was feeling pretty bad about letting the stone get stolen and possibly dooming the entire universe to a horrible, horrible fate. But I was trying not to beat myself up about it. We all make mistakes, right? Still, what if we couldn't find the other stones? No matter what, I needed to live up to Mr. Stark's last wish. I needed to kick Thanos' butt. On days 26 through 32, I knew I needed to quit moping around and actually do something useful. I spent my nights going to Dr. Octavius's lab to work on some modifications to my suit. I couldn't let it let me down again, not when the whole universe was at stake. Luckily, I had some pretty good ideas that I thought might just work. On day 33, after pulling an all-nighter finishing off the modifications for my suit, I woke up with the sound of Doctor Strange pestering me in my head.
Finally, you're up. Do you know how hard it is to contact someone telepathically when they're sleeping? I've been at this for nearly an hour.
I'm going through a growth spurt. I need my sleep.
Yes, well, while you've been getting your beauty rest, I've been busy tracking down the stones you've lost.
Does that mean you found it?
I have, and I'm sending you there right now to retrieve it.
Wait, I need my suit! Doctor Strange hit me with his magic portal thing, and suddenly I found myself landing in the mud. Not exactly the glorious entrance I usually like to make. Where the heck am I?
You're in Asgard, the realm of the Norse gods. Loki is somewhere here.
He doesn't know I'm coming, does he?
He shouldn't, but he may detect my telepathy spell. I'm going to cut contact. Good luck.
Wait, where do I need to... Oh, great, he's gone. And now I was stuck here in some magical Viking heaven or something, and I didn't even know where to go. I spotted some people nearby. Maybe they'd know where I could find this Loki guy. I'm sure he couldn't be very well liked here with that attitude. Excuse me, but I was wondering if you might know where Loki lives. Tall, greasy hair, helmet with big curved horns on it. Despite my persuasive words, everyone seemed to be ignoring me. Then I noticed everyone had a vacant look in their eyes, and something else. Something green. Oh no. They all charged in at me like I had just insulted their best friends, and I was barely able to get out of the way in time. Doesn't this seem a little unfair? For you, I mean. Time to try out my new mod. Hey, it worked! Not bad for something I whipped up on the fly. I don't suppose any of you want to talk now. No? Well, that's too bad. Well, I couldn't just stand here and hope Loki came to me. Looks like I needed to do a little sleuthing. I started searching all around Asgard looking for Loki, but his thralls were everywhere. They were more annoying than anything, especially with my suit modifications, but I was worried that if I got noticed, he'd escape with the stone, and then I'd be in real trouble. I don't even want to imagine what Doctor Strange would say if I let the stones get away from us again. After what seemed like hours of searching, I heard a familiar voice echoing out. It was Loki, and it seemed like he had quite the audience.
Fellow Asgardians, thank you for joining me here on this auspicious day. As you know, my father Odin has graciously stepped down and made me ruler of all Asgard. Worry not, for I shall be both merciful and kind.
Wow, what a showboat. None of the crowd seemed to be moving though, just staring with vacant eyes and clapping. They must all be under his spell. Then I noticed a blue light coming from Loki's pocket. The stone! I gotta get over there.
My first order of business as ruler, my wayward and very unintelligent and ugly brother Thor is hereby banned from all of Asgard. In fact, none shall speak his name in Asgard ever again, and no baby shall be named Thor either. Even thinking his name shall be a crime. Furthermore, words like thorn, thorough, thorium, thorax, and all other words starting with Thor shall be banned forever. Hey!
Sorry, Loki. You may be the god of mischief, but I'm the god of being awesome.
You're even more foolish than my foolish brother, and he is incredibly foolish!
I dodged his first attack, but he was on me right away. I used every trick in the book to get away from him, but he wasn't leaving me any openings to attack. We were at a stalemate, with neither of us getting the upper hand.
Do not underestimate me! I am Loki of Asgard!
Hey, that's a cheap trick. I can't do that. There were too many of them. I had some really close calls and thought for sure I was a goner this time, but I still had one trick up my sleeve. Time for a little spray and pray. That's what I call a job well done.
You'll regret trifling with Loki
Of Asgard, yeah, I heard you the first 10 times. Hey, Steven, beam me up, Scotty.
Next time, use a more relevant reference.
Sure thing, buddy. Whoa! On day 34, I landed back on Earth, and Doctor Strange almost looked mildly satisfied, which was a big change from his usual annoyed glowering.
So, you managed to retrieve the second stone.
Oh, that? Yeah, no big deal. Just had to defeat a literal god to get it, but you know, all in a day's work.
Well, once you're done with the self-aggrandizement, you'll allow me to see it?
Considering I don't even know what that means, yeah, you can see it right now.
Not everyone knows the secret the Tesseract contains, which is lucky for us.
I watched as Doctor Strange did his magical stuff and transformed the cube into a stone. Not exactly the most impressive trick, but hey, I still thought it was cool.
While you were away, I have learned unfortunate news. Thanos has located 2 of the stones himself. That leaves only 1 unaccounted for.
Don't you mean 2? I thought there were 6.
The 3rd stone is safe. We must locate the 4th before Thanos does.
So where is it?
I have not been able to determine its exact location, but I suspect it is nearby. I will contact you once I have more information. Now, if you would...
You don't need to say it. I'm leaving. On days 35 through 41, I was waiting for Doctor Strange to get back to me with the location of the next stone, but apparently he must have been busy or something because he was fully incognito. Maybe it was time to take matters into my own hands. After being stuck twiddling my thumbs for so long, I decided to go down to the lab. I had an idea that if these stones were so powerful, I should be able to reconfigure some of the antennas around the city to detect traces of unknown energy sources. Now I just need to let the program run and wait for the data to come in. On day 46, I woke up to the alarm lighting up on the lab's computer. It had detected an unknown energy signature. I checked the map, and it looked like it was coming from some abandoned power plant. Time to do a little investigating. It didn't take long for me to swing over there, and when I saw the location the energy signature had come from, it definitely looked abandoned. This place sure gave me the creeps. I decided to be extra careful as I snuck my way inside. The inside of the building was even creepier. It was completely dark and had this weird metallic smell that burned my nostrils, and not in the spicy tacos kind of way. My portable energy detector was definitely picking up something from inside. Had one of those stones been here? Only one way to find out. I ventured inside, searching for any sign that the stone had been here, but I couldn't see anything. I did find a switch for the lights, however, so I flicked them back on. Ah, that's better. Oh, what the heck are those? The whole room was filled with some kind of robots or androids, something like that. What was going on here? Who built these? They didn't seem to be functioning, so I walked over to one to check it out. They definitely looked pretty advanced. Whoever made these knew what they were doing. Wait, are these the source of the energy signature? I got a really bad feeling about what would happen next, and I was right. Suddenly the robots all started turning on.
You cannot be allowed to stop the inevitable.
You don't mean me, do you? Whoa! Suddenly, I was fighting for my life against a bunch of androids, which definitely ticked one off the bucket list, but also was not how I was expecting things to go. Whoever programmed these made sure they knew how to fight, too. However, I'd been in worse scrapes than this, and before long, I put all these toys back in their packages. Whoever made these things must have one of the stones. That was the only way to explain the energy signature they were giving off. Maybe there was something in their hardware that would give me a clue. Why don't we find out who made you? On days 47 through 51, I was working on dismantling the strange robot I found at the power plant, and it was even weirder than I thought. It had a super advanced neural network with connections that seemed almost organic, but were completely synthetic in nature. Not only that, but it held traces of the same energy signature. I was starting to think that whoever did this did it using one of the stones, which meant I was on the right track. Using the processing unit I got from the robot, I managed to hook up a device to the local broadcasting system that would let me use their network to pinpoint energy sources with even greater accuracy. All very technical stuff, but pretty soon, I'd know exactly where to find the next stone. On day 58, all my efforts paid off. I detected that same signature, but far, far stronger. It was in a factory at the edge of the city, abandoned of course. I managed to get in easily enough, and this time, I was ready for any rock'em sock'em robots that would be waiting for me. I was able to avoid any alarms as I made my way through the factory, but the place was full of drones. Things were gonna get really messy if I got caught, so I moved as quietly as I could, using the ventilation system wherever I could. Once I got deeper into the facility, I started seeing a lot more of those drones. There was almost an army of them, and there was some other weird-looking robot that looked a bit like Iron Man, but even more importantly, the stone.
Humanity's time is at an end. You are the future. A race of sentient synthetics that will take over the world that the humans leave behind. Hail, Ultron!
This was some seriously weird stuff going on. Some sort of robot revolution?
Our future begins soon, but first, we must destroy anything that stands in our way, including the intruder in our midst.
Wait, they're not talking about me, are they? I think they might be talking about me. Uh-oh! As the drones came charging at me, I knew I couldn't take the time to deal with them. Hand over the stone, you overgrown Xbox!
How about no?
Just as I was about to reach the stone, Ultron unleashed some sort of energy blast that sent me flying. Oh!
I knew that our efforts would be hidden. I'll admit, I was expecting more trouble than this.
I'm not done yet!
But I enjoy dealing with my latest model. I'm quite proud of them.
So, you're the new Android phones, are you? Whoa! Laser beams? You gotta be kidding me! Alright, so this was actually getting a little tricky. I needed to throw everything I had at these drones, and even that was barely enough. Mr. Stark gave me a mission, and I was going to complete it. Take that, you semi-intelligent trash cans! Once I was done with the drones, I quickly checked for the source of the energy, but it was fading too fast. I'd lost the stone! I spent the next several days in the lab working to pinpoint the location of that stone, but Ultron had definitely left the city. That's when I decided to hack into one of Mr. Stark's satellites. He'd have understood. Using the satellite, I was able to find the energy signature of the stone again and hone in on its exact location. It wasn't far away. I had to get there quickly, and I knew this might be the last chance before it slipped away forever. Turned out the stone was in an old hospital, and you guessed it, it was abandoned. Well, except for the robot army, that is. I found Ultron, and I gotta say, for a robot, it sure liked to give speeches.
I shall now bestow you all with the same gift I have been given.
Jeez, we get it already. Wait, what's he doing? He was using the stone! Whatever he was up to, I had to stop it before it finished. Not so fast, Ultron!
You insolent teenager! You cannot stop our ascendance!
I'll call you next time I need a can opener, buddy. Before I could make my getaway, I was knocked to the ground and swarmed by drones. This definitely could be going better. Could be worse, too.
Pathetic, Spider-Man. Even Stark couldn't contain me. What makes you think?
Well, I've never lost a battle to a toaster before, for one thing. How about a little of this? How many of you are there?
We are legion, and you are just one small child.
Ever seen Home Alone? One small child can do a lot of damage.
What is that?
The light switch. Whoa, it worked! All we had to do was pull the plug. Oh, you gotta be kidding me!
This is no joke.
This time it was just one-on-one, but Ultron was tougher than he seemed. I gave him all I had, and he still had me on the back foot, and he wasn't letting me get away either. Then he unleashed some sort of beam attack that sent me flying into the wall.
You should have known it would end this way. Your destruction was the only possibility.
Yeah, well, actually, I got nothing.
Spider-Man, you have the stone.
Strange, get me out of here!
No! A carefully laid plan!
Doctor Strange teleported me away from Ultron, but I'd never been here before. It was really cold, and it looked like we were up in the mountains. Where the heck am I? The Himalayas?
Actually, that is precisely where you are.
Steven!
I told you not to. Never mind.
Why have you been ignoring me?
Thanos has been searching for me in the stones. I took a risk bringing you here. I'll guard the stones. I need you to do something important.
All right, what is it?
I'm sending you to the place Thanos forged his gauntlet. You need to discover its powers.
And what are you going to do?
I'm going to bring back Iron Man.
On day 72, I arrived in some place Doctor Strange called Nidavellir? Something like that. Apparently it was the home of the dwarves, but the guy walking around in here was huge. I stepped out to say hello. Can't hurt to be polite. Excuse me, I was wondering if you could tell me about Thanos. Wait! I'm against Thanos too! He told me he was the king of the dwarves, but Thanos killed all of his people, and he wanted revenge. He explained how Thanos forced him to create the Infinity Gauntlet to hold all of the stones.
You have done well, Dwarven King, but I cannot allow your people to stand in my way.
After that, he also told me the horrible way Thanos got his second stone.
No, this cannot be the only way. But sacrifices must be made. I am sorry, my daughter.
He also told me all about the Gauntlet's powers, and honestly, I wasn't feeling too good about our chances, even if we did get Iron Man back. Once Doctor Strange brought me back, I told him everything I had learned.
Good. You've done well. We can defeat Thanos. But first, we need Iron Man.
You can really bring him back to life?
Something like that. Prepare yourself. Things are about to get weird.
How much weirder could they get? Okay, maybe they could get pretty weird. As Doctor Strange incanted his spell, we were suddenly transported to somewhere else. Whoa, is this another dimension?
In a sense, the real answer would be too difficult to explain.
Are you saying I'm dumb?
Quiet, we're here.
Wait, are we in the past?
Clearly.
So we're gonna stop Thanos before he kills Iron Man?
No, that would break the time stream.
So what are we gonna do?
Be patient for once in your life.
Mr. Stark is still dead. I thought we were gonna save him.
We are using these.
Doctor Strange started chanting out his magic spell, which I gotta admit looked pretty cool. But that's when I saw it. It was working. Mr. Stark was coming back to life.
Bumpy, is that you?
Yeah, it's me, Mr. Stark, your friendly neighborhood.
Spider-Man, hey, did you kick that guy's butt for me?
Not yet, Mr. Stark. I'm gonna need your help for that.
I'm not sure how much help I can be in this state, but I'll try.
But the portal rift is becoming unstable. It's time for us to go.
We traveled between dimensions again and landed back in Doctor Strange's library. We're back, and Mr. Stark is alive again.
Wait, what do you mean alive again?
More time may have passed than you think.
Indeed. Enough time for me to find all your hiding places, magician.
It was Thanos standing right there in front of us. Oh, come on.
I thought we'd have a little more time than this.
Not if I can help it. I charged at Thanos, but his energy field sent me flying.
Why do you even bother? I'm taking the stones. None of you can stop me.
You're wrong. We can defeat you.
Doctor Strange tried to use his magic on Thanos, but it couldn't pierce through his shield either.
You think you can possibly hurt me?
No, it's just a distraction.
Suddenly, a portal opened up beside us, and we were getting sucked in.
You know, I'll simply deal with them once I am done with you, magician.
Then I suppose I shall give them the time they need.
After Doctor Strange sent us through the portal so we could face Thanos alone, I wanted to go back and help, but Mr. Stark said he did this for a reason, and we needed to make good on the sacrifice he made. So on days 91 through 99, we went back to the lab to make some upgrades to our suit. Mr. Stark said he had an idea of how we could use the stone to defeat Thanos, and with Iron Man at my side, I was starting to feel like we might just be able to do this. On day 100, we finished all our preparations. It was time to defeat Thanos once and for all.
You ready for this, kid?
I was born ready for this, Mr. Stark.
I like your confidence, but don't let it get to your head. We've got one chance, and one chance only.
Let's do this.
All right, as soon as I drop the shielding on this room, Thanos will be able to detect the presence of the stone. After that, it's game time. Here goes.
Nothing happened. Whoa! It felt like the entire universe was warping around us, and suddenly we were somewhere else.
You've hidden from me for long enough. I've come for the stone. Give it to me, and I'll consider making your deaths painless.
What did you do to Doctor Strange?
The magician? He put up a good fight, but he could not stop me. None of you can.
He had all of the stones, all but one.
Pretty impressive. I was going easy on you last time, though.
Looks like we're doing this.
You're just a man in a suit. I am Thanos, and I will do what I must to remake this universe.
I jumped in to help Mr. Stark, and we were throwing everything we had at Thanos. We managed to hold our own at first, but he was more powerful than any of the villains I'd ever faced before. Even with Iron Man's help and our new suits, we were still losing this fight. I knew that we just needed to hold on long enough until we found an opening.
Come on, kid. You gotta distract him so I can use the stone.
So it's you who has it.
Thanos honed in on Mr. Stark, who was fighting as hard as he could. Mr. Stark!
It's over. I've won.
Not so fast.
What? How? I defeated you.
You defeated one version of me. A necessary sacrifice.
I'll just defeat you again and again until there are none of you left.
You can try.
I am Thanos, and I am inevitable.
You're going down, Thanos! Bumpy, do it now!
Using my friend's distraction, I charged at Thanos, and now it was time to use the ace up our sleeve. The modifications Mr. Stark and I made to my suit allowed me to use the stone to bend space around myself, and it was working! Thanos didn't know how to stop it, and with Iron Man's beams and Doctor Strange's magic, we had Thanos on the ropes!
No! You don't know what you're doing!
Sorry, Thanos, but you've just become inevitable. Without the stones, all three of us unleashed our attacks on Thanos, and he couldn't stand up to it all.
You foolish, insignificant...
Sorry, Thanos, but you should have never messed with Spider-Man. I mean, Bumpy. And that was how I survived 100 days and defeated Thanos.